Good morning, friends and family. I hope you're all doing well this morning. It is Thursday. It is the day before November. Can you believe it? Happy Halloween, everybody. I am off today because I had a much needed vacation day today. So I had spent the last couple evenings not doing any recordings at all, just kind of reorganizing and cleaning up some stuff and putting away gobs of beads and everything in their correct spots. I had my son helping me late last night, and now I think I'm finally kind of ready to just go ahead and do some videos. So I am going to make an elegant necklace using a few things that I found in my stash and beautiful garnets from Globleland, and I will make sure I include that link for you. So let me go ahead and turn this around and we'll get started. Okay everyone, so these are the garnets that I got from Globleland. When they teamed up with me, they asked me to pick some products. So I picked out some beautiful 4mm faceted round garnet beads, and I got 2 strands for $16.02 at the time when I got it. So these are just beautiful. The shine on them is gorgeous. I love the facets. I also got from them these little glass beads, and they came in a strand that had several colors on them, and they were 99 cents, but I wanted to pick out the ones that were white and the ones that were clear. So I have 5 of each of those. That's what came on the strand. So we're gonna have those. In my stash, I have these really pretty gold faceted spacer beads that we're going to use as well. I found when I was cleaning out my pendants, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I got this pendant, and maybe a lot of you will recognize this glass heart, and it came from a GGC treasure bag months and months ago, maybe even last year. I don't quite remember, but I never quite used it. I loved it, and I just never could find the perfect way to use it in my mind. And then I have some crimps, some French wire, some jump rings, and a lobster clasp. So we're gonna go ahead and make a stunning garnet and like a, I guess like a topaz-y look necklace. So the first thing I want to do is I want to string on some of these, did I say topaz? I'm sorry, no, I said topaz-y looking. Okay, you know what, you guys, this is also why I needed this day off, because I have to get my mental clarity back. It's been a rough ride the last couple weeks. Kind of fill you in as I'm beading. So I want to take a few of these garnets and put those on first, because I want to slide this over top of those. It has a really large bail, so it'll fit nicely over top of those garnets. And then it'll also make it so that the bail isn't directly on the wire, causing any unnecessary wear and tear on it. Oh, and I have 31.5 inches of gold bead stringing wire. It's the Beading brand 7-strand beading wire. And I had a lot of coffee this morning, so if I look like I'm a little shaky, it's because I'm over caffeinated, and I just knew I needed to get myself moving. It's 8:30. I thought it was much earlier than that, but I slept until 6 this morning, you guys. I don't sleep in that late normally, so when I woke up to a cat by my side and a cat on my head, and I looked at the alarm clock, and I was very surprised that it was 6 a.m. So just to kind of fill you in, so last week my daughter was in town. She was in town from Wednesday through Sunday, and she was in town because she had to go to U of M for a procedure, and so I took her there Thursday. We got that done, and you know, it went well, and she's feeling good and everything, so that's great. But then we noticed on Sunday, I went down the basement to start a load of laundry, and I was like, where did all this water come from? So I have a really big basement. It has a finished side, and then, well, the whole basement's finished, but one side is laundry area, and the other side is like my son's bedroom. And there was just water all over the floor in the laundry area, and that's where our water heater is. Well, our water heater cracked and it needs to be replaced. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? All right, so I'll come back to the story in a minute, but let's go ahead and talk about some beads. So I have 3 underneath this bail, and that's gonna seem like it's gonna fit perfectly like that. But I really want this garnet up front here first and foremost. So let's go ahead and string on, and I was thinking about doing 5 garnets and then putting some other beads in between. So let's do 5 garnets. You know, I love these teeny tiny faceted beads, but they're the hardest to find holes in. And I don't know why. So the garnets, you guys, are really, really, really pretty. I mean, just a gorgeous color. I am so amazed by the quality of these beads that I got from Globleland. And and the price was fantastic. If you end up wanting to get some of those, you know, you can absolutely do that. The link will be in the description. That is right underneath the title of the video. So if you hit more and then more, it'll open all that up and you can go right to the description. And yeah, you can click on the link, and there is a coupon code that you can also use at checkout. That'll save you 10% on your order. I just used my own coupon code, or I'm sorry, I have a cart. I'm getting ready to use my own coupon code on it shortly to get some of the things that I noticed that I was lacking as I was cleaning up. So very happy with their products. Very, very happy that I would be a return paying customer to get some stuff. So I'm starting with these little white glass ones. I really thought the white would be really, it would be really like a punch. So this is what we have so far. All right, so this is going to slide around, right? It's going to just move around on the bottom here, and that's absolutely fine. I don't mind that it's going to do that. It's absolutely fine. So this is what we have so far, and then we're gonna go back up and do like 5 more garnets, and then I'll do the same thing but with the clear. And I want the other glass beads to be more of in this area here going up, and then we'll probably finish with just the garnets. I think I'm gonna end up using every single garnet that I have. So we'll go ahead and keep on moving with that. And we'll just go ahead and work on one side for now. I just wanted you to see what the front bottom of this necklace was going to look like. So let's go ahead and just keep beading. So I'll tell you the rest of my story. So also too, we noticed that we have a few shingles in our backyard. So apparently like there was like a lot of wind and rain the one day, and apparently it like blew off some shingles. Well, we have a bunch of extra shingles for our roof in the garage. So not a big deal. It's just managing the time and getting up there and taking care of it. That's something my husband and the boys can absolutely do. We went ahead and are getting our water heater this week, but in the meantime, I've been showering at my mom's. So big blessing that my mom is close by, that I can use her shower. Otherwise, it would be pretty awful for the people I work with. And Shane is just showering at work because they have a shower at his work. So the boys are also just showering. They're either taking cold showers here because we have cold water. We just don't have hot. We had to completely turn off the hot water. So we're going back to the old days of like boiling water on the stove to wash dishes, because I don't have a dishwasher either. So, and not that I'd be able to use it because it takes hot water. So it's been kind of a mess. And honestly, like, you know, I went into an ungrateful moment, and I'm going to be frank with you guys, because you know what? First of all, you know, all of us are vulnerable in different areas. And I told my husband, I said, wow, this is a really great time to, you know, have to buy a water heater. You know, Merry Christmas, kids, you guys got a water heater, you know, kind of making a joke out of it. But I was serious. I'm like, you know, but then I thought about it. You guys really truly, when I think about the way things are and the way I kind of reacted to the stressor in my life is like, first of all, completely valid and normal, right? I'm not going to say that we shouldn't be upset when things happen to us, because that's not realistic, right? I mean, we're going to get upset about stuff, and that's okay. But for me to automatically go to like, well, now I won't be able to spend X amount of dollars on, Christmas. Well, that's just kind of dumb for me to say that, right? My kids are all of our kids are adults. Like, they get it, they know what budgets are, and we've always been frank with them. Like, hey guys, we budget Christmas, and we do, which is why I also make a lot of gifts. And, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, so I had that very like kind of selfish, sad moment. And I even told my husband this morning, because he's at work. I texted him this morning, and he's bummed out that he's got to work all weekend, but he's also grateful that he has to work all weekend because it'll give us extra money on the paycheck, which is absolutely needed at this time. And no, don't worry, you guys. We're not doing bad. We have a full refrigerator. We have a full pantry. We are just fine. We, have our health. We have each other. We don't have any shut-off notices on our bills. Everything is going fine. It's just when we're inconvenienced a little bit, we tend to get a little about things. But I texted him this morning, and I told him, I said, you know what? I'm a little blue. Because it's hard, and I kind of regret sending that to him, because, I'm really not blue. I'm like, oh, well, now I can't do this, or now I can't do that. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. So I texted him back, and I told him, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not blue. I'm very grateful to have today off, to have a vacation day, to enjoy my day at home. And I'm going to play with my beads, which brings me so much happiness. I'm going to make a good dinner, and it's going to be a good day. And you know what? It is a good day, you guys. I am feeling so much better just talking to you, even though you can't say anything back to me at this point. But just knowing that you are watching me bead and listening to me really helps me a lot. So thank you for being here, by the way. And thank you for listening to my vulnerability and understanding that, and knowing that I understand when any one of you would ever feel vulnerable and sad about things. All right, so we got that far on that side, and I wanted to just kind of switch over real quick to this side to make sure I have enough of those little glass beads to kind of go around. And it looks like I will, so because we're going to end up ending them right about where I said I wanted to end them, so that's going to be pretty much perfect. So this necklace made me immediately feel like holiday party, New Year's Eve party, just like going out to dinner with friends or family or your spouse. It made me feel like this could be that one special necklace that you will always put on when you're getting ready to go somewhere nice. If I can get it beaded. I hope your guys' week is going really well. I hope you have some really fun things planned this weekend. I'm going to meet up with my best friend Dana. We're going to a ceramics show. So there's going to be, it's at it's kind of like a craft fair, but it's all like ceramics. And I am super excited because I've never done this before. And I'm really excited to look at other people's things that they've made. I've always been one to love seeing other people's creations and their creativity come out in their work, and it's really exciting. And then we'll probably go get a grab a little lunch, and then I'll head back home to get my groceries, shopping done, and yeah, just have the rest of the weekend at home here, and it's gonna be good. My mom's going out of town, so my son is going to be staying at her place to care for her dogs for the weekend, so she can just go dog free and enjoy family time with her sisters. And my brother's going to spend time with our cousins. They're going to do something down in Detroit area. So yeah, so it's going to be a good weekend for everybody, I'm pretty sure. And by this weekend, we should have our new water heater installed, and I can jump in the shower and take a shower in my own home, and I'll be so happy about that. All right, so we're gonna put our last one on, because now we have like an odd amount of the odd colors left, and I don't want to use a white on one side and a clear on the other. So we'll just save those for like another time. But we do have like a few gold spacers left, so maybe we'll do just a couple gold spacers here and there too, just to kind of add more to it. So this is what we have so far. I'm gonna go ahead and do some beading to try to trim out some of this video, because I posted like a 2-hour video like the other day, and I am so sorry. So sorry, you guys. All right, hold on one second, and I'll be back, and some of this will be beaded again, and then we'll be able to finish off this necklace. Okay, guys, we are actually just about done. So I did add the last couple gold beads that I had available. So let's grab out, I don't want it to be too long, but I want it to be long enough. So let's do like, I don't know, let's do like 10 more on each side. So 20 more beads, which still leaves me a lot of beads. I mean, I have enough to do a really pretty bracelet to go with it. So that's awesome. I thought for sure I'd use every single last bead. And then we'll be done. And then I can try it on for you, and you can see how it turned out. So hopefully I can bead these pretty quickly and not put you guys through too much misery watching me put all these little teeny tiny beads on a strand. So today is my goal to hit all my little subscription boxes for this beaded life, and at least one more time each. And I'm going to be spending the entire day pretty much in my craft room, which brings me so much peace and joy and happiness. So I'm really excited about that. I will take breaks to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I really do want to spend a lot of my time in here today just to get this stuff done. I can always do housework over the weekend and it'll be fine. So and we are almost done, and we can finish this off. I've decided I will include the Amazon links as well to the findings and the bead stringing wire that I'm using. I know sometimes we get a lot of new beaders, and it would be nice that if you wanted some of the findings or stringing material that I'm using, and if I have the link for it, where I got it from, it would be helpful. So I'll make sure I include all those as well. I need to try to do a better job of that, just so it's a little more helpful for everybody. And I do get a lot of my bead string and wire and a lot of my findings from Amazon, because it gets to me so quickly, and they carry a lot of the brands that I use, so it actually is perfect. All right, so I have Probably way too much French wire. I was cutting it in kind of a hurry when I was cutting it, so we'll be trimming some of that back. And I have my jump rings here and my crimp beads and my clasp. All right, so we'll start with this one side, and I'll grab my crimp, which we need first and foremost, and then we need about a 1/2 inch of our French wire. And if you don't want to use French wire, you don't have to. You don't even have to use a wire guardian if you don't want to. That's not something you have to absolutely do. I like to use a wire guardian or French wire to protect the ends of my jewelry. If you're making something really, really lightweight, it shouldn't be that bad, but this has a very heavy glass pendant on it, and I just wanted to make sure that I'm not going to run into any issues. Okay, so the French wire goes on after your crimp bead or crimp tube, whatever you may be using, and then we are going to actually string our lobster clasps right directly on that instead of using a jump ring. It'll just save like some room. And then we'll put our other end of our tail end of our bead string and wire through our crimp as well, and just slide that up towards our French wire. You may have to adjust your French wire a little bit just because it slides around until you get it in a nice firm direction, and then that's what it looks like. It just finishes off the end really, really nice. And then I'm gonna come in with my crimping pliers, just that very first one. This is the kind of crimp bead that has like the little button that you push or the little plunger that you push, and it smashes it down inside, and it just ends up looking like a nice little bead. So it's really neat and clean looking. Otherwise you can use a regular crimp bead or crimp tube. I use those as well. And if you don't like how your crimps end up looking, even though they're holding really nice, you can always put a crimp cover over that. So let's go ahead and slide this down. And now remember, this is going to move around. It's going to slide right around on the necklace. So it's normal that it's sliding all the way up there. And we're going to have a little bit of wire left over, but I will save this chunk of wire because I can always use it to make like an asymmetrical bracelet with some chain or some beaded links. All right, we'll do the same thing over here. Put that crimp bead on. I'm going to go ahead and trim off some of this because when you do trim it off the piece, sometimes the little wires, these are just like little coils, get squished down, and you just need to take a tiny little bit off. And there we go. But of course I made this one way too big, so I had to take a little bit more than a teeny tiny bit off. And we're just going to slide that down, but be aware that your French wire will slip into your crimp tube, so just kind of hold it all in place until you can get it maneuvered around. That's the only downside to it, is you got to really watch it because it will slip into other beads or other stuff like that because it's so small. And I will make sure, like I said, I'll link the exact French wire that I purchased. That way, if you want to get it, you can rest assured that this will fit over, you know, your bead stringing wire that you would be using, unless you're using something really, really thick. The key to the French wire is knowing your size of your bead stringing wire. So let me find mine. Where did I do with it? I probably put it back away. I'll grab it in a minute and show you guys. But if your wire that you're using, let's just say it says 0.25 millimeters, okay? So that's the size of your wire. That's how big around it is, all right? And if you get anything for your French wire, it needs to be larger than that. So like, let's say 0.60, you know that's larger than your 0.25 bead string wire, so it will fit just fine over top of that and everything will be okay. All right, so now we have that. So that's my best example for you. And let's just trim that off. There we go. Couldn't get in there very well. All right, so now we have that end finished and we can put our jump ring on. Saving that little piece of wire. We don't need this small jump ring, we just need this one. And I'm going to grab my pliers here. I need my bent nose pliers. I don't know what I did with them. All right, there they are. I'm like, I just had them. All right, so position that. And let's just open that right up. Put that jump ring on there. Let's close it back up. Make sure it's closed all the way. Whoops. And now we have our necklace finished. Let's take a look at it. And oh wow, I think this turned out so pretty. That garnet with the gold and this beautiful golden topaz looking glass heart is just elegant and gorgeous. But you know what? You never know what it looks like until you actually put it on your body. So let me show you where it sits on my body and how it looks. And I'm wearing the perfect shirt for it today. I have a nice black sweatshirt on today. So I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, here it is. I'll sit really far back so you can see it. You can see just the little pops of the glass beads through the garnet, and it turned out really pretty. And I'll get a little bit closer so you can see it better. But see how it just sits so nicely over those beads, and it just hangs really nice. It's right above my chest, like right here, and it just rests really nice against my shirt. So you can see the beautiful garnet. The red stands out on my skin, and I think it turned out gorgeous, and I'm so looking forward to wearing this more often. Please do not mind the pet hair. We are a pet loving family here, so I constantly using lint rollers. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I really did. And again, if you want to find any of the products that I'm using in this video, the ones that I have recently purchased that I know I have availability to, I will include those in the links, along with the garnets and the little glass beads that I use from Globleland. And don't forget that coupon code, because that's important. It'll save you 10%. And have fun. Let me know if you ended up getting them. I would love to know if you wanted to take the dive and grab yourself some garnets. 2 strands for around $16 when I got them. Prices fluctuate. You know, you could pay less, you could pay more. I don't know, but it's worth checking out. And I'm sending you guys all my love, and I will see you again soon. Bye.